It's winter time and we've made the trek to Mercury Bay to the fishing-obsessed town of Whitianga. Situated on the east coast of the Coromandel Peninsula, Whitianga has fantastic launching facilities which provide easy access to the surrounding islands and bays. The fishing along this coast can be phenomenal, and even if the weather is not favourable, there is always somewhere to hunker down and drop a line. When looking on a marine chart, it is apparent that it's a very fishy place, and the surrounding islands and reefs hold good numbers of fish all year round. Winter is good for big snapper, and summer is good for kingies and game fish. Although the full moon is regarded as a challenging time to fish, we decided to venture out into the bay to see if we could prove the theory wrong by sticking to the plan and laying down one of our hardest challenges to date. Welcome to Whitianga. Another cool new location for us, Mick.
Sure is. Keen as to get out there and take a bit of everything today.
That's the plan, mate. But before we get too carried away, we're straight into the Radio Hauraki Challenge.
And consequence.
The challenge is for us to collectively catch table fish on the following 7 different methods: surface lure, jig, dead bait, live bait, soft bait, spear gun, and hand. And the consequence is to eat parts of the fish waste from the day's catch. Cool, so we just got out into the middle of the bay here and there seems to be birds everywhere, plenty of workups, a lot of bait, which is cool. So we're going to try and tick off our surface lure fish first, probably with a kahawai. And that'd be nice to get that one out of the way, and then hopefully maybe try and get a few mackerel and or kahawai for live bait. So yeah, there's quite a bit of action, which is a good sign. Heaps of sign on the sounder as well. As we can see there, balls of bait, bits and pieces, and old mate next to us hooked up to a kahawai, so that looks like they're here. All right, Mickey, get that lure ready, mate. We'll get it out there.
Or just cast around here. On. Yeah, on.
Oh, yep. Mick's in.
Okay. Hey. All right, I was just chasing my lure back and I hit it, so pretty choice. Still surface lure. Ticked off on our little workup.
No, not ticked off yet, mate. You've got to land it.
I've got to land it, yeah, true. Yeah, the Smith's jig, the provider. Might be a little bit rusty, but it does the job. And all Smith's jigs are a little bit rusty. That's just
yeah, I reckon. Probably because they were made in 1961.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, good size.
Nice.
Kahawai on the surface lure, and that's our surface lure ticked off.
Beautiful. Oh, my Smith's jig, my rusty Smith's jig.
Did the job.
They always are.
The rusty hook's never coming out.
Came out 3 times.
All right. Yep, yeah, just underneath us, Mick. Feels like a giant mackerel. Man, if this is a giant mackerel, I'm happy. Another little livey. Not the jack mackerel that we're actually really wanting, but hey, a livey all the same. Good thing about a small livey like this, you could get a reasonable size or even a smallish snapper on it, and that'll be our live bait ticked off.
Beautiful.
Jig. Fish. Oh, I'm gonna go this side. Yeah, I'm on. There we go. So there's a jig hooked up. A little bit cheeky doing it in a workup, but it's still a lovely table fish. We're actually just on our way out, but deeper. We're heading out to the Mercury Islands. The weather's supposed to be like this for the rest of the day, just windy and average, so we're going to tuck in behind an island somewhere and get some burley in the water and try and carry on with our rest of our list. But yeah, this will be table fish on a jig, if I can land this fish. Perfect combo for this sort of fishing. This is a customised, well, tailor-made Inchiku, which is a slow jig combo. The Akuma Nano Matrix and the Andros. Mint little reel, real smooth, which is important. I'm gonna get a mix our jiggy.
Oh, shit.
Good size one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beast.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Now that is a good eating fish.
Beastie carl.
Hey.
Yeah.
Ticking him off.
Just slowly getting through that list.
Yeah. All right, so there we go. Surface lure done, jig done. So I've killed this fish, whacked him on the back of the head hard with the blunt end of that knife. And now I'm just gonna cut his throat through here, and that's gonna basically bleed him. cut through his main jugular region. And just let that blood run out. What that does is it basically, the blood will run through the meat when the fish dies if you don't bleed them. I mean, kahawai are a very bloody fish anyway, so they've got a good bit of flavour to them, but you don't want to have too much blood because it just basically tastes like blood. So get the blood out of them and put them straight onto salt ice and they'll taste really good. We're in Whitianga with our challenge set to catch table fish on 7 different methods. We've ticked off the surface lure and jig with a couple of nice kahawai and have now pushed out to one of the offshore islands to get amongst our below the surface methods. Anchor's down, and now we're going to jump in the drink and hopefully tick off our spear and our hand fish mig.
That's the plan. We're in a bit of a pretty good area. We've found a bit of a, only about 7 metres deep, and there's some good little rocks around, so hopefully find some crays or some kinapawa, and then Scott can get on the spear. So.
Sounds like a good plan, mate. Let's get in that bochet gear and get wet.
Get in the drink.
In the drink. We've got Ben to shoot a trevally for our sashimi lunch. Good size Trevor. It's not a bad one.
It's a good size Trevor.
Beauty Trev.
It's a good shot too.
So there's a whole lot of blue mamo just showed up under the boat. So blue mamo are actually a really, really good eating fish. So we've got bait. I'm going to drop this down and hopefully tick off our bait. Oh, our bait. Tick off our bait caught table fish straight away. Let's see what we got. Yep, there we go. I think I got a triple whammy, mate. Hope it's a good size ones in there. Yeah, blue mamo, they're actually a really nice eating fish. 1, 2. There's not bad, yep. He'll get some reasonable fillets off that. And there are nothing wrong with the old bluey. And as you can see, pretty easy to catch. Blue mamo often found in these reefy areas, not very deep. They school up. And, oh, that one's gone. But that one's gonna go in the bin. So, I mean, we're going to go for something bigger and better and maybe a snapper or something on our bait. But for now, that's bait ticked off. Sometimes it can be a hassle to break up the day's fishing to get in the drink. But as soon as you get in, it's immediately worth it. It's an awesome thing to do, even if it's just for a look around. And when you've got a spear gun in your hand, it instantly becomes 10 times more exciting. There's always plenty of life under the surface, and there's a good range of species available that are not generally caught on rod and reel. After a bit of a snoop around, I managed to spear a good-sized silver drummer fish. The silver drummer is a vegetarian that is found around rocky weed lines. They aren't often considered as an eating fish, but when prepared properly, they can taste fantastic. Mig and our underwater cameraman Ben had an awesome little session gathering crayfish from very shallow water. At times, the crays were only a couple of metres below the surface. When looking for crays, look under boulders and cracks of the rocks. Be prepared to have a good look around, and when you find one, there will often be more, either under the same boulder or close by. Crayfish won't be spooked by you as long as you can keep away from their large feelers. When grabbing them, snatch hard and from the side to avoid losing them. There were a lot of smaller ones around, but the boys managed to get a few that were of legal size, which meant our challenge was cruising along nicely.
That's a good haul.
All right, mate. A couple more ticked off the list, mate.
Yep.
Beautiful sized silver drummer here, this is. You got a couple of, well, more than a couple of crayfish.
A fairly successful dive.
Bloody hell, yeah.
So,
on the breast too, which is cool.
Yep.
Heaps of crays down there.
On the hand of the breast, so that's that one ticked off.
Very good. Yeah, this is silver drummer. We read up about the silver drummer. Apparently they're not that good for eating, but we've tasted them before and they're actually fantastic eating. So, not a fish you catch on rod and reel, and you get it with a spear because they're a vegetarian. So that's a win. And let's get carry on with the rest of the list, buddy.
Yeah, mate. Day's getting on, so let's get stuck in.
Let's do it. Today for your top catch tip, we're going to talk about the gear we use for spear fishing. Spear fishing is a really fun way to catch fish, and it's also relatively easy if you've got the right gear.
We use